And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, about to start game number 4. Can Polt do it? Or the man that's on the ropes? What about Golden? Casters, take it away.
One guy shouted really loud for Golden, so my heart's with you, man. Golden's down 1-2, but we're about to find out whether or not the first player to advance will be a Terran player. We're going over to Entombed Valley for game number 4, Andre.
That's right. Entombed Valley, such an interesting choice, Frodan, because normally people say this is a great TVZ map just because of the third base location. We'll get into that a little bit further when we get into the game. Let's go ahead and head there right now.
All right, game number 4 is going to happen in just a little bit. Golden versus Polt.
Got you guys. Man, that was so good. Now we'll go into a game. As we have our 4th game on Entombed Valley, as I was saying before. TVZ, you know, so much amazing StarCraft right here that we're seeing. Just to start us off, let's go ahead and do it. In the top right-hand position as the red Terran, we have TSL Polt.
And over in the bottom left corner, he is currently down 1-2. He is the dark horse of the tournament. He came through the open bracket. It is Golden.
So Frodan, why would you choose ZVT on this map? It feels so weird. 11-11 is so powerful. If you don't know what 11-11 is, I'm sorry. It's when you go an 11 barracks and then a second 11 barracks, and you basically get the fastest Marine plus SEV push. And because of the location of the natural, and you can see this ramp over here, if I place a bunker, it kind of segregates both of these. And if a Terran gets map control, or excuse me, ramp control, that's basically game over. You lose your natural, you're so far behind, and it's really, really hard to get back into the game. And I feel that's so powerful. Not only that, the third location is super far away. There's destructible rocks separating it, but we already see command center first, and this drone is doing a little bit of damage.
Yep, and Polt is going for that CC first, like you said. And Golden got a nice scout off, and that's why he sent his early drone to scout at
That's right.
11-11. Great job there by Golden, but you know, we did see in the chat that Ohana and Whirlwind were the 2 maps that were vetoed. So that only leaves the rest of the 5 maps. We have 7 maps in our map pool, and I guess someone's really happy that Whirlwind was vetoed.
Now, it could be the thought process like, okay, well, I'm going to have to play this map anyways. Let's go ahead and just get it out of the way. And then if I get into my 5th and final game, it's on Metropolis. Now, Metropolis is a very nice ZVT map, so Golden can be thinking that way. Just, I have more energy right now. Let's go ahead and play on sort of, you know, not so great ZVT map, and then I can go from there. So it might be really intelligent just map picking when you're going into this best of 5.
Yep, and now Polt is up 2-1. He can kind of use like a not necessarily a throwaway strategy, but if he wasn't sure about going for like a big cheese play, he can kind of do it now. We've seen Polt do incredible 2-base pushes with Hellions and Marauders in the past, but you know, he seems to have really defaulted to a heavy macroeconomic style, going for a fast 3 command center, using only 1 or 2 gases, and then being able to get out a quick double engineering base switch when you normally see like it's going to be Mass Hellions or maybe Banshee Hellion. And we're seeing a build very similar to game number 2 instead of games number 1 and 3 where he's only been on 1 gas.
Yeah, that's right. And I love that drone scout initially. It felt kind of weird normally because it's like, well, you could have gone out with that drone. Why did you go to this bottom corner? He was taking into account exactly what you said. There is that little moment where he can throw away this game and still be okay in the final game. He has that extra chance. So he's saying, well, my opponent might be able to throw down a lot of barracks and just surprise me with like 3, 4, 5 barracks pressure. And he needs to confirm that whether or not some pressure is coming to tell him I can take a fast 3rd or I can back up and just prepare against tech. So I like what Golden was doing, just being very comprehensive with this scouting. From here, he does see that, hey, there's a couple Marines in the middle of the map. He will be making additional Zerglings. Let's see if it does enough damage. This is really risky by Polt. He's going to get caught off guard pretty substantially because Metabolic Boost is about to finish Frodan. This is really good for Golden.
Well, you know, if you can deny the drone, that's just going to stall the hatchery for a little bit. Ooh, Golden stalls a Marine, so he's just going to make his drone wait in line. Polt's going to try to pick off this Overlord, but the Zerglings are there also in position, so he's not going to be able to do anything. Polt, of course, just poking to see the timing on the third base, but he sees the drone pass, and that's just going to allow him to figure out how much pressure he can really apply. Now, instead of the third command center, he's going for a quick 2 barracks follow-up. Now, this is a build that, you know, Gretorp actually taught me a long time ago that you can really use to hit the third base at around the 8 to 9 minute mark with stim, and you can just completely overwhelm Zerg. And if they're not prepared, then you can actually just run away with the game right there because you do have a third command center following up eventually. But you also have the flexibility to go into a huge 2-base push if you want to. That's
right, and this is a slight variation of it. You can see stim is going down. We're going to see just heavy, heavy upgrades. Even the engineering bay is down. So it's going to be a +1 timing. There's no real reason to get double tech labs unless you're preparing for a timing. Marauders kind of phase off as you get into the lair tech, especially mutas and infestors don't, or excuse me, medevacs. Not medevacs. Marauders don't do nearly enough damage against those 2 techs. It's a lot of gas investment. Surprisingly, only 25, but still, it does cut into your tech. You need more important things like siege tanks and medevacs to prepare against that lair tech. So it's most certainly preparing for some sort of big, big all-in off the 2 base. And look at this, Golden is going to receive this. He sees the Marauder. That's a big indicator. If he can see the second tech lab, that'll be key as well.
Golden trying to...
Yes, he does.
He does see a double tech lab, so he knows he has to get a better idea of what's coming, and he should put up a couple more spawns if he wants to be safe. Yeah. The third base is not necessarily just finished, and Golden's tech into layer, so he's in the middle of getting everything, but he does have a lot of drones prepared at the natural to transfer.
That was the perfect scout. Now, let's see if he makes the right reads from that. He should say, okay, I'm reading some sort of big all-in. I probably should get some sort of Banelings out, or at least Baneling nest. He is putting down the spine crawlers, which I love. You said it just now, Frodan. But Banelings are a pretty big necessity. You need to have that support with your army to say, okay, kite back or you're dead. And then you can kite them back to the point where they're out of spine crawler range, and you have that support to fall back on, and they're going to waste these stims over and over and over again. And with no medevac support, that push dies very fast. So we're going to see the push is coming out. 3 spine crawlers are already done. 2 more in production, and I think Golden has this pretty nicely. Yeah, Golden has 5 spine crawlers finished. Now, you know, Polt can still just go around and hit the third base. Golden hasn't destroyed the rocks at all. In fact, he was attacking it. He stopped because he was trying to focus so much on defending the natural, and that's going to allow Polt to really push in here, starting his third command center. Now, Golden's doing the right thing of trying to send Zerglings to counterattack in case there is, but now he knows there isn't. And well, Polt's actually doubling back to try to go up the natural ramp. Yep. Here he comes. He sees this. He should actually back up from here. I don't think... no, he's going to go for it. Oh, wow. Polt really committing to this, but the Zerglings all clumped up so that the Hellions can kill it. Polt trying to break through just by sheer force. The Queens are all trying to get in and transfuse, but they don't have enough energy, so Golden's forced to pull his drones, and Polt's going to do massive damage here. Is this the last few seconds of Golden's NASL run? More units are straggling in, and Stim Marauders are coming in. The drones, they don't know where to go. Should they fight? Should they escape? Wow. I don't know. Golden is trying to straggle everything he can, but there's just so many units here from Polt. Great read by Polt. I would have never called that. And just seeing how many spine crawlers there were, he said, oh, I have the perfect amount of units to actually defend against this. Put the Marauders in front and let them tank all the damage while the Hellions just eliminated every single Zergling. All the drones are dead. Now he's pulling off the main drones, and he's going to have a final stand. Can he actually defend this? This could be the last moments of Golden's epic NASL run. The Marauders get surrounded. The Hellions trying to kill almost everything. Golden supply is just down to 30. The remaining drones trying to escape, and Polt is on the hunt. A couple mules are about to hatch, but it won't be in time. This is the remainder shreds of the Zerg economy, and all of them are going down. Oh my goodness. 2 drones are alive, and Golden is out of options. He has 3 mutas on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to see the first person to advance into the round of 4. Income tab shows 1 drone to 28 SEVs. One drone was mining gas. Dude's like, what? Where did everyone go? I was just doing my job. I guess I'll mine minerals now. Like, oh, I guess work's over. I can go home. That's not true at all. No. Polt's going to continue pushing in here. Now he's a medevac, and that's going to be it. I mean, you can't really fight with just 3 mutas. 3 mutas, 1 drone. He's the most abundant resource he has is Overlords, and Golden is now down to single-digit supply. GG!
TSL Polt advances to the next round. One step closer to an NASL Season 4 victory. Look at how happy he is. Polt is one step closer to becoming NASL Season 4 champion. Well played, well played.
Polt got surprised in game number 1, and Golden still put on a lot of tricks, but we have Zoe and Day 9 to talk about the game in a little bit.
That's right. So, Andre, a quick thing. I really admire that Polt was able to make that call, because a lot of times there's 5 spine callers, but also I think he recognized the Queen energy is not that high. He can't keep the transfuses, because if he keeps the transfuses up, you spend so much of your DPS into something that doesn't give you any return because nothing dies. Great recognition. You know, I would have went for the third base, and we were talking about the timing to hit the third base. I was really impressed by Polt's decision making. That's why he's a pro. That's why I'm not competing.
But that's a prime example why you need that Baneling nest up. If those Marauders die, there's no way you're breaking that, right? Yeah. If you do splash damage, even though Banelings do a ton of damage to Marauders, it still forces them to back up. It gives you time, so they need to stim again. And stim does 20 damage to Marauders. That's a very substantial amount. Can he really survive 2 waves of stim? I don't think so. It's really hard to do that.
No, I think I really admire also Polt's variety in builds. He went Hellion Banshee one game, faked it, went for bio. Yeah. Went for a double Blue Flame fake, and then another game he did go for Blue Flame. All these things culminate to Golden never really truly be comfortable. Now Golden tried to mix it up too. He tried going for like the 2-base Muta build. He tried going for varied forms of his openings, but in the end, I gotta admire that Polt played the series really well. And even though Golden was able to take a game off of him, in the end, I felt like Polt was able to masterfully concoct a strategy for Golden.
And you got to give it up to Golden, too. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere and was really showing his skill. I mean, a lot of people don't know about him. He doesn't have any huge tournament wins, but this is definitely a great example of how good this guy is.
Now, you guys heard what we thought. Let's turn it over to Zoe's Corner to hear what they have to say about the series.
Thank you very much, guys. I am now here with the winner of this first series, and of course, I'm talking about Polt. That were some amazing games we saw this very first few. So let's talk a little bit about the games. The first one, it was a really big back and forth. Actually, all of them seemed fairly close. Let's talk a bit about the timings you hit. As normally Terran does want to go for like the timing, hitting it before the Brute Lords coming out. You seem to attack when the Brute Lords were just about to be there. What went through your mind when you already saw him having so many Brute Lords?
Fungal growth, so lost too many Marines. So when I go to the other golden space, there was so many Brood Lords, and I thought, can't win. And anyway, I tried my best, and even though I lost the first game, anyway, I killed every Brood Lords and Infestor and Corruptors, so I thought, it's not that for him. I could have that game. Yeah. So and second and third game, when I saw Brood Lords, I didn't think I lost. I thought I could win. So and I got win.
You did, and you did well, really did. So, I mean, a lot of Terrans struggle with this very strong endgame composition of the Zerg. I mean, the Brute Lords, Infestors. You seem to not have such a super mega hard time with that. How do you think you turn the tide when the Zerg already has his late game composition? What do you think you do right or better than other Terrans in that position?
Actually, I'm not thinking I'm better than other Terrans. Just I followed the other Terrans. Originally, I did some different style with other Terrans, but it was really hard to win. So I lost so many games TVG, so I changed it to make Ravens and Vikings and Ghosts, and it did work this time. Yeah.
So, and in the very last game, you were going in very aggressively. What made you do that? Were you feeling so secure, or you thought like, I'm just going for it and give it a go?
The score was 2-1 for me, so I thought if I lose this game, I could win after that. So just did aggressive play to finish. To finish.
Yeah, and it did work out well. So the potential next opponent you could face would be either Tasia or Hero. You faced off against both of them fairly a lot of times throughout the whole year, I would say. I mean, you beat Tasia very convincingly, I think in the GSL it was, Season 5, 2-0, I think. You also beat both of them at the Aces Rock Winter. Yep. Who would you prefer to go up against now?
Tasia and Hero, either of them are, I think, is 50-50 for me. But TVT is more not funny, and TVP is more funny, so I prefer it. But Tasia is okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me here for the interview. Give it up again for our winner of this first season, Polt. And we're going to get the second game rolling anytime soon.